So over the winter, our water spigot froze and busted, and instead of replacing it with another one, we ended up going with this option from Aquor. Now this looks totally different than anything else that's on the market, and you might be wondering why we ended up going with this instead of just replacing it with another one of these. We wanted something that was a little bit better designed to hold up to the harsh winters that we have here. And two, we wanted to have something that was a little bit more lower profile than what a normal water spigot would give us. The reason for that is this is in an unfinished portion of our basement, and we're planning on finishing our basement, and this hose bib sticks out quite a ways. So this is a pretty standard hose bib. This is a 12-inch model, and the reason why it's so long is because you have the valve that turns this water on and off all the way back here. It's located back here to prevent it from freezing up, but as you can see, it doesn't always work. So instead of having something like this, we ended up going with this model from Aquor. This is actually made out of stainless steel, and it's designed to withstand temperatures that go down to -30 degrees. And while they do make a 12-inch model of this is actually a 4-inch model, which is perfect for a 2x6 wall, so that way you can insulate it and drywall over it without having to build a box around it, which is really important for us. Now you might be wondering, since there isn't a handle, how does this work? Well, it's actually pretty simple. There's an adapter that you have to insert into the port, and when you do that, it turns the water on automatically. Now this is the adapter that came with this kit, and this is designed to stay attached to your hose at all times. In order to make the water flow, all you have to do is simply push it in and turn it at the same time, and the water turns on. If you want the water to turn off, you just simply rotate it again and remove it. You can see here the excess water drains out of this lower port, and that's also something that helps prevent it from freezing. The other thing I find really interesting is on these adapters, they just have 2 small O-rings that prevent the water from spraying out the sides. And the reason I'm surprised by that is because these are really low profile, and it doesn't seem like they would hold back the water, but they do a really good job. In addition to this that stays attached to your hose all the time, they do make other models, including one that you can leave in the wall and turn on and off with the quarter turn valve. Now, I will caution you though, if you live in an area that's prone to freezing, you'll want to make sure to remove that before the weather gets too cold. Otherwise, it's not going to drain properly, and this unfortunately is still going to freeze up on you. These also have covers that can hide this when it's not in use. It comes with this gray version here that's plastic, but they also make a stainless steel version. So if you're looking for an upgraded look, you can definitely get that. As far as installation is concerned, it is a pretty straightforward process. However, there are some things you have to be aware of because it is a little bit different. First, you'll need to remove your old hose bib. So these are typically connected with a threaded connection. You can break this connection free by using a couple of crescent wrenches. Now, be careful though, you need to make sure that the water is shut off at least to the line, if not the whole house, before completing this step. Once the old hose bib is removed, you can install the included template, so that way you can mark up all the locations where you need to drill pilot holes and to enlarge the hole for the new hydrant. So if you're replacing the hose bib with a V2 model, you might not be able to make both of your holes with a hole saw. In my case, I had to use a jigsaw as well with a 4-inch blade in order to get everything cut out and cleaned up. After the hole gets cut out, put the hydrant into the wall and attach it with the included stainless steel screws. If you're installing this in a location that isn't completely flat, or if you're looking for something a little bit fancier in order to mount this to your house, Aquor does make some additional mounting solutions that you can purchase as well. Now here I'm removing the included adapter because I'm replacing it with a PEX elbow. This elbow will allow me to attach the PEX line directly to the faucet, and it's also going to allow the faucet to fit inside of the wall cavity, so that way when we finish the basement later, we can drywall over it. Now here I'm trimming off the excess PEX line, and I'm using a clamp-based PEX connection in order to attach it to the adapter. With this tool, I know the clamp is tight when it lights up blue. Once the water connection is made, be sure to turn on the water to the house again and check for any leaks, but other than that, the installation is complete. Now certainly this option isn't for everyone. This you can find in any hardware store. This you pretty much have to special order online. I haven't seen these carried in stores anywhere. And the other disadvantage to this is it's a little bit pricey too. So while this is going to be about 20 bucks, this model specifically ran about 150 bucks at the time I purchased it. And obviously you can get some upgrades too along with that. I think this is a really good option, especially if you're looking at remodeling a basement, for example, and you want a nice solution that's not going to interfere with the aesthetics and the looks of your finished space. Now, while I installed the V2 model, which is designed primarily for new construction, they also make a V1 model, which is a direct replacement for an existing hose bib. So if you're interested in picking up one of those instead of the model that I went with, the V1 is a little bit cheaper. It's about $100 as compared to the V2, which is $150. And it's a little bit easier to install too, because you don't have to elongate the hole where you're installing this hose bib. Also, if you live in an area where you're worried about people stealing your water potentially, then this is a really good option too, because you have to have the right connector in order to even turn the water on. This is very similar to a key-based commercial hose bib system, but you don't have to have a key. The key is actually the hose adapter itself. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and also check out this other video here. Otherwise, I want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.